The Jesus Trilogy, Book 2, Then There Were Two, Chapter 51, Part B. The three sat in silence, all deep in thought. Finally, Jesus spoke. So how can I help you? You need to go with me to the survey area. When are you going? I leave today. For how long? Should take no more than a week. Jesus looked at the floor. As you can see, I've got a lot of commitments here. Carpenter shop, pregnant wife. I'd like to help, but we'll both go. It'll take me an hour to pack. Mary, you can't go. I most certainly can, and I am going. I wouldn't miss this trip for the world. Mary said about packing. She only threw up a couple times in the next hour. Jesus and Mary and Josephus stepped out into the yard. They had left a note for his mother, who was away with Ab for the weekend. They looked up and saw a beautiful horse-drawn carriage replete with a driver and 4 horses. Mary and Jesus couldn't believe it. We walk everywhere, Mary exclaimed. Today you ride, Josephus said, a huge smile on his face. Hop in. The three got into the sumptuous carriage, and the driver started the horses on the long journey south, though it would have been far longer on foot. They made the entire journey to Jericho by nightfall. Jericho was the gateway to the Dead Sea area, the cities of the plain, and Masada. All three reminisced about their last journey this direction when they thought they had discovered Lot's wife. Masada lay to the west of the Dead Sea, the world's lowest body of water in relation to the world's oceans. The three sat in a sidewalk cafe in the town of Jericho eating supper. Well, 2 of them were eating. Mary was trying to sip a little water. She was mildly dehydrated from the trip, but was determined to continue with them. Do you know where the Sodom and Gomorrah cities are located? Did we find them last visit? We all know where Masada was, but I'm not sure that we nailed down that furnace site as the actual location. Memory serves that there were actually 5 cities of the plain. You are right, Jesus. I marvel your memory. Jesus blushed. I am studying every night. There's no substitute for knowledge as we prepare for our future. You are right, Jesus. When do we leave? The pale-faced Mary asked. The sun was dropping its circular rim over the horizon's edge. I'm going to bed. Tomorrow will be another long day. She stood and kissed Jesus on the lips. It was a lingering kiss. She felt her juices flowing, but knew she was too weak for any use of extra energy. So she turned, giving her 2 men a more spectacular view than the setting sun, and headed for bed. After drinking in the view, the 2 friends each took another sip of the bubbly. As I was saying, there's a scroll reference to the site in Ecclesiastes. Talk of smoking place is identifying the spot of Sodom. Only one I remember was in, I think, Isaiah. Yeah, 34:10. It shall not be quenched night or day, the smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever, Josephus said. I'm impressed with your knowledge. You must be studying hard too, Jesus said. It's a constant task. I want to be the most knowledgeable historian in the world and somehow unwrite Roman history and rewrite the truth. Won't that be a bit dangerous? Jesus said. Someone has to do it. I might as well be the one. I think God has given me the opportunity and the means. I can't say no to God. Can you? Jesus shook his head. I think the reference you gave in Isaiah is speaking about Edom, that is Idumea as we now refer to it. I think old King Herod was an Idumean. Josephus nodded. But Masada is in Idumea. Yes, but I'm not sure the cities of the plain were, Jesus countered. That's why I'm here, and that's why I brought you here, to find out and publish the information in my thesis. I don't think Rome will bother with my lowly thesis. Then once I prove it correct, public opinion will protect me. Jesus rolled his eyes and stared out into the darkening sky. Maybe, he said. I've got one more for you. Listen to this. He pulled a piece of paper from his pocket. Wisdom rescued a righteous man when the ungodly were perishing. He escaped the fire that descended on the 5 cities. Evidence of their wickedness still remains, a continually smoking wasteland, plants bearing fruit that does not ripen, and a pillar of salt standing as a monument to an unbelieving soul. That's Solomon. His words, if I'm not mistaken, Jesus said. Yep, Book of Wisdom, chapter 10, verses 6 and 7. Then you think there should be evidence on the site detailing what caused the breakdown of religion and with it society? I really believe it will be there. We looked at Sodom on our last trip. What does Masada have to do with it? Herod built that monstrosity himself. I don't know, but I think there may be a link. There must be. We'll go east and south looking at the plain once again and then swing around the south end of the Dead Sea and hit Masada. Sounds great. Thanks so much for inviting us, Jesus said. I'm so glad, no, grateful you could both make it. I hope Mary will be okay. She's a fighter, a survivor. I think she's indestructible. You're very lucky, Jesus. I know. Love her always. I do.